Hello viewers, this is Network Security Beginner's Guide. My name remains Vincent Hope. Today we're going to be talking about three things. In this lecture series we're going to be talking about NMAP. What is NMAP? We're also going to be talking about wireless security. We're also going to be talking about managed and monitor node when it comes to network security. So let's jump right into it. So let's get the background first before we go into the practical. So what is NMAP? NMAP is a free open source network scanner. Open source means you can find it on the internet. And what is it? It's a network scanner that provides information about the hosts and services on your computer network. So NMAP is used to scan a network and tell you which computers are available and what services they offer. Secondly, it is an advanced information gathering and port scanning tool that hackers and penetration testers use to obtain information about the system they intend to hack. One of the first things a hacker will do or a penetration tester will do is to gather information using NMAP to find which system has access points where he or she can gain access into. Now let's make progress. Hackers first search for openings or access points into a system before they commencing hacking. So with NMAP, you can scan for open ports, vulnerabilities, and various services running on a system. So that is what NMAP does. So let's jump right into the practical. Now we'll minimize this. Now for this lesson, previously we've been using VMware Workstation. In this time, we're going to use Oracle VMware VirtualBox. So we double click it. It's also a virtual environment. So we can see that Kali Linux is available. Now we want to start the virtual environment so that Kali Linux can run. So if I click on this, it's going to open the Kali Linux environment, Oracle VirtualBox 6.1. Okay, it's trying to load the Kali Linux environment. Okay, so we still allowing it to boot, so we can allow it to log in. So let's okay. So let's take. We're still waiting for it. It's taking quite a while. No, taking quite a while. I minimize it here. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, see it here. I minimize that. Okay, we're here right now. So let me enter the password. Username Kali, password Kali, and my login. Okay. Okay. Let me minimize it still. Okay. Maximize. Okay, we are now in the Kali Linux environment. So let's go to our terminal. So now what we're going to use we're going to use NMAP. Now we're going to scan. Let's type NMAP -help. Let's see the options available to us, and we press enter. So you can see how you can use NMAP-VA scan me nmap.org. This is a site you can scan. You can use NMAP this, NMAP VIR, PN, and the rest. Now, NMAP is not an application you just use anyhow. it is a port scanning tool, so you must have the legal permission to do it. So the NMAP site allows us to use this site, NMAP scanme.nmap.org, as gives us permission for anybody to be able to do the scanning, so you can test how your NMAP scanner works. Now let's test it. Let's first see whether it's up and running. We type nmap-s, which is scan, then p scanme.nmap.r. We're trying to test whether this site is even up and running. That's why we're using the ping option, which is this p. We press enter. Okay, now it says that we say nmap done, IP address, one host up, scanned in this. So the host is up and running. That's why we use the ping, the -sp, S for scanning, then P for the pinging to test whether it's up and running. So let's do the scan now. nmap scan me. Let me press it to the end. So this is the command, nmap.scanme.nmap.org, and I press enter. Let's see what it comes up with. So it's scanning the port. Let's see what it comes up with as it is scanning. We have to give it a little time. Okay, still scanning. It takes quite a while, so we have to wait for the results to be generated. Okay, it's still scanning. So you can see it's saying undergoing SY stealth scan. You see about 40 to 21%, 21% done. Let me press enter again and see how many minutes done. Okay. It's saying 39.8% done. 39.8% done. Okay. We're making progress. So we have to give it time. Let me press enter again and see. Oh, maybe I'm interrupting the process. That's why it's reducing its time of scan. So let me give it time to scan. But what is important, you see what is happening. Stats 0.5 elapsed, 0 hits completed, 1 up. The scanner is still up. So scan time 39.42%. So we have to allow it to finish the scan. That's when you can actually see the results. Okay, let's give it time to scan. Let's give it time to scan. Good. We're still waiting. It's taking quite a while now. The scan site is taking quite a while to do. Okay, so what do we do now? Let me see. Okay, let me Control C. Let me use another site. Now it's using 4 minutes more. Let me do another site. Let's use the word NMAP. Let's see. NMAP. Let's use another site, speedguide.net. It's another site which allows you legally to scan, because scan means taking time. Let me press enter and see. It's taking a while. Let's see whether it gives us a faster timing. We're trying to cut the time to see whether we can see the results, and just so you can see how the NMAP works. Let's enter. Okay. This one seems to will do faster, so let's watch what it does. Speedguide.net. We'll give it a while. So to give us a time. Beautiful, beautiful. So this is the result we are looking for. Now, if you see now it has finished its scanning, you can see now, let me scroll up so that you can see what it says. Now, NMAP scan report speedguide.net. This is the ports it scanned. The host is up. Now, it gave us 3 results: the port, the state, and the service. Now you can see port 22, TCP, is closed. That means it cannot be accessed. And the service running here is SSH. Then port 25 is TCP. That's the protocol being used. It is open. This can be accessed. This one 80 open, can be accessed. This one open, can be accessed. So 65 closed, unknown. So this is a report of what NMAP can do. So you can test it with other legal approved sites. So you can use it with nmap.router security, for example, nmap.routersecurity.org. I press enter again. This is also another legal site you can test using your NMAP tool. They are legal sites, so you can't just go to Microsoft site or go to another person's site and test NMAP. It's illegal. So use the legally approved site for testing NMAP. I just give you a second one. Let me see how long this one will take. Let's see whether we can wait for this, whether it will give us give us a report on this. So while we are waiting for that, so I told you about the report, especially if you say close. This is closed. SSH simply means secure socket shell. It's an encrypted service, so you can't even access this port. So that's that. So you have different operations running ATPP port 3, IMAP, HS on different ports. Now let's see whether this has concluded its process. It's still scanning router security. Now let me press enter and see whether it's okay. For the purpose of time, I will terminate it. I'll press Control C. So you can also test this at your own time. So that is how you use NMAP to run and test a particular site. Now, the next thing we're going to do, let's go to the next thing we are doing. So that's how you use NMAP. Let's go to the next thing. We'll talk about wireless security. Now, wireless security, we'll talk about Wi-Fi hacking, which is an attack, and defense. If you want to be a good defender, you must also know how to do attack. Now, so we are going to learn how hackers penetrate or attack Wi-Fi networks. To understand defensive strategies, you have to know how a Wi-Fi network is compromised or hacked, so you will be able to protect your system from various attacks. Now to do this, you will need a wireless card. There are different types of wireless cards. So the first thing you will have to do is connect your wireless card. This is a sample of wireless card. So I will connect my wireless card, or let me leave it out so when we come to that process so that you can see it, then address common errors that might occur, then introduce tools used for wireless hacking. That's what we're going to do in this lesson. So let's jump right into it. So let's go back to our Kali Linux environment. Now we're going to add, let me show you something quickly. Now if I look at this is the wireless connection. You see that it's showing wired connection, disconnect VPN. There is no connectivity. Now I also click, for example, I click devices, I select USB. If you notice, we only have intercom and validity sensors here. Now the first thing I want to do, if you want to add your wireless card, let me type clear on Kali Linux here, clear, press enter. Now the next thing I want to do, the first thing you will need to do before you do that operation, you have to update your devices, update your repositories or your packages on your Linux. So sudo, I'll type sudo apt updates and I press enter. If you ask me for password, I press Kali and I press enter. Now it's updating the packages. So 17%. So let's update. That's the first thing you will do before you can effectively use before you can effectively work with your network device or work with your wireless network. So we are giving it time to do these updates. So 27%, 28. Let's see whether we can run this through. Still running. Okay, still running. 60%. Okay. Going to 70% now. Okay, so remember the command sudo apt updates. You need to update your program. So it's getting up to almost 100%. Okay, so all the packages and the repositories, which are the package installation packages. You can see this package, get 3 of this package, download Kali Rolling non-free AMD64 content and the rest of it. All of them are being updated. Okay. So we are waiting for the updates. Okay. Reading packages list. So fine. So there are 1,450 packages can be upgraded. Run app list to upgradable to see upgradable. So what do we need to do? Next thing we do is apt upgrade. Do upgrade. Press enter. Now after you update the list, you can now also upgrade. So now say, do you want to continue? We say yes. Press enter. Let's see how fast it can do it if we have the time for it. Okay, it will also begin to upgrade. Okay. Okay, 3%. Okay, still upgrading. Still upgrading. Still upgrading. Still upgrading. Now it's going to upgrade all the packages, but because of the purpose of time, I will have to pause this. I'll press Ctrl C to stop the upgrade. Now it will continue to upgrade for the rest. Now the next thing to do, if we have done all this now, is to add our wireless card. Remember, when we click here, this is not showing anything. And if we check on devices here, we also discover that the USB device, there's a device that is not, this is the one that came, it's just there. So now we're going to add the device, my wireless card. I connected to my USB port. So I connected to the USB port. You hear that beep sound, means that Linux has detected it. Now let me see, I come to devices, come to USB. You can see the device I added is Realtek 802.1. I click on it. Now Realtek, then we give it a while. If we give it a while to do the connection and upgrade, now let's see what happens here. We give it a while. You will discover that it will now be able to detect the networks that are available. Now you can see it's beginning to come forth, it's beginning to show forth from this option here. Now, let's see, it has connected now, beautiful. It has now, you can say it has detected the networks available. It has discovered we have a Starlink network. It will now look at all the other available networks, DirectPix, Foreign, Redmi, and St. Louis AP. These are all the networks available that it has your network card has detected, because once you are here now, you can now hack into any of these networks. Now, let's come to this environment here. Now we type clear. If we type clear, press enter. Now we want to see the networks we have. We have IPA, press enter. Press IPA. So we have LO, we have ETO, this is the internet network. We also now have the WLAN network, which is the one we just connected now. If I disconnect my network card and I remove it and I go back and I type IPA, press enter, you discover I have only two available here, which is the LO, which is the virtual one, and we also have the internet network. Now, the one we saw before is no longer available. So if I want to connect it, which I connect back, and I've now connected back, I press enter, I type clear, enter. If I type IPA now, press IPA now, it's not still showing. Let me go to devices, go to USB, go to Realtek. If I go to Realtek now, it has picked it up. It will give it time to connect. Let's see, it begins to pick up here. You begin to see the changes here. Okay. It takes a while for the Wi-Fi network to pick. Let's click back. Okay, it's beginning to pick it now. So you can see it has picked up the Wi-Fi network. It will now check on the available networks. Now you can see now available networks. You can see it has picked it up. Now if I type my IPA, press enter, you can see now that it has picked up that WLAN 0 network. Now, what we need to do now here is to be able to, there are several commands we can use for network scanning and network, to check our network. Several tools we can use for our network. We have what is called the air monitor -ng, which is a suite itself. But under that air monitor.mg, we have what is called air dump. Air dump-nd is one of the tools you can use. We also have air dump airmon So we'll talk about the other tools later. So the next thing we'll need to do now, so now we know how to, so IP now, we have our normal virtual network, we have the Ethernet network, we now have the LAN network, which we just connected. So the next thing we need to do now is to move on to the next thing, which is manage and monitor mode. Now, in a managed mode, the adapter is used for regular standard tasks such as connecting to the internet, utilizing the network, and other internet resources. Now, in the monitor mode, allows you to intercept or capture all traffic being transmitted over a specific Wi-Fi network or surrounding network within its range. So you need to capture network traffic, because to hack a Wi-Fi network, certain information is required which can be obtained by capturing required packets. Okay? This mode is often used for legitimate purposes such as network traffic management, monitor and security testing by administrators and by security professionals, and also for research purposes. So let's see how to get both between network and monitor mode. Now let's go down and type clear. If we type iw-config, for example, press enter, you will discover that the WLAN, which we saw now, is on managed mode. The mode here is managed. The mode here is managed. And in this managed mode, you can carry out regular tasks. So if you want to switch to monitor mode, so let's first check before we can use our network. We'll type sudo -ng. Let's check whether there's any operations we want to carry out that can affect the network card or its operation. We press enter and we type Kali, the password, press enter. Now it says what? It says found 2 processes that could cause trouble. So the first thing you need to do is to check, and if you found those processes, the next thing you need to do is to kill it. You will now add kill to this command, sudo check kill, and you press enter. It will kill those 2 processes. If we repeat that command now, just to check, you will discover it does not give us any error. Now to convert from managed mode to monitor mode. Now remember, we just checked and it's on. If we type sudo -ng, type Kali as password, you can see that WLAN, we have this. Now if we also check iw-config, we discover that WLAN is on managed mode. So if we want to convert this managed mode to monitor mode, where we can perform the tasks we want to for network scanning, we simply type sudo -ng start WLAN 0, and you press enter. Now you can now see what it says here now. WLAN 0 real text now started. Now let's it's carrying out the process. Let's give it time to complete the process. We're trying to convert this WLAN, which is on managed mode, to monitor mode. So let's allow it to finish the process. Okay. Okay, seems it has lost the internet network. Okay, so now look at the process. It has converted. If you look at it now, this is LAN app data. This monitor node is now on monitor mode enabled. It's now called WLAN 0. The WLAN is now called WLAN 0 monitor. It's on monitor mode now. Now, while the previous station is now disabled, this WLAN is now disabled. If we now type IW, you will type IW config, press enter now. You can see now that this now is now on monitor mode. Previously, it was on managed mode. Now, if we want to return back to monitor to manage mode, what we need to type now is sudo air monitor -ng stop. Now, stop what? WLAN 0 monitor mode, because this is the new name it was given on monitor node. If we press enter, now it will now tell you that what? Beautiful. It now says that what? The station mode enabled on this. Now, if you see, what did it say? It says now what? Monitor mode disabled, while this WLAN is now enabled, which was the previous one that was on managed mode. This is now, if we now type IW config, press enter, you notice now this is now on managed mode. Let's now to reset to restart the network configuration after you have completed that of the monitor mode. You simply type sudo system ctl restarts network manager. If we check here now, our network is not active. I press enter. Press enter. So it takes you a while to start. So this command is actually meant to restart network configurations, fix command problems, making your card ready for the manage mode. So let's see the output. It's taking quite a while. Okay. Okay, it said failed to restart network manager as a unit, network manager service not found. Okay, let's repeat the process again. Sudo system ctl restart network manager. Press enter. It failed to say, but this is how you restart the network. This is the command for restarting the network. So we've come to the end of this session of our 6th recording concerning network security for beginners guide, cybersecurity for beginners guide.